I have brought you a discussion on Foreign Contribution Regulation Act 2010. Why this act needed? India is a sovereign country and has its own supreme law and not a dominion or province of any other nation. Threats of sovereignty could be through transfer of fund, and Foreign Contribution Regulation Amendment Act 2020 has also come into effect. Right? In This applies to whole of India, citizen of India, associate, subsidiary, branch outside India. Foreign company means company incorporated outside India and includes Section 379 Companies Act 2013. Subsidiary of foreign company is also included under this provision. Foreign source means foreign government, international agency, not being UNO, World Bank, IMF, etc., and foreign company also included under the provisions of this act. Foreign contribution may be of any article, currency, or security. Security stands for shares, and other security type may be debenture, preference shares, etc. Right? Gift up to rupees 1 lakh may be received from relative. Where relative stands the same meaning as section 2 subsection 77 of the Companies Act 2013. Right? Section 3 of Foreign Contribution Regulation Act prohibits the receipt of foreign contribution by a candidate for election, correspondent, public servant, political party, news broadcaster, editor, cartoonist. Right? Indirect acceptance is also prohibited. Section 4 provides exception, means foreign contribution of this nature can be received by a person by way of salary, international trade or commerce, against a foreign agent of a foreign source, of a central government or a state government, a scholarship, stipend, likewise. Section 7 provides that no person who is registered and granted certificate obtained prior permission shall transfer to any other person. Means कोई जो रजिस्टर है इस एक्ट के अंदर और जिसे सर्टिफिकेट दिया गया है विदाउट द परमिशन ऑफ द सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कैन नॉट ट्रांसफर फॉरेन कंट्रीब्यूशन टू एनी अदर पर्सन. राइट? इसका एक्सेप्शन है less than 10% of amount can be transferred on the approval of central government to a registered person only. Foreign contribution shall not be utilized for a speculative purpose. ये किसी सट्टेबाजी के लिए फॉरेन कंट्रीब्यूशन का यूटिलाइज नहीं किया जाएगा. राइट? एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्सपेंसेज इन केस देयर इज 20%, more than 20%, then prior approval of the central government will require. Central government permission will require in case of salaries, wages, expenses, which is called administrative expenses, if these expenses exceed the limit of 20% of foreign contribution received. Section 9 of the Act provides central government has power to prohibit the receipt of foreign contribution which is likely to affect prejudicially to the sovereignty of India, public interest, freedom and fairness of election, harmony between religious, racial, social, linguistic people. Registration: no person having definite program except foreign contribution unless obtains a certificate of registration. Right? No person having definite program except foreign contribution unless obtains a certificate of registration. Means person who is having definite social or cultural or religious program will accept the foreign contribution after he has received the certificate under the Act. If not registered, then prior permission of central government it will require. In case the person has not been granted certificate who is to receive the foreign contribution, then he will require prior permission, that is also another kind of permission to receive the foreign contribution. Right? And so he will require prior permission of the central government to receive the foreign contribution. Section 11 of the Act provides that application for registration may be filed in form FC3A to the central government, and for prior permission form FC3B is to file to obtain the prior permission of the central government for the receipt of foreign contribution. The central government may by notification in the official gazette specify the person, area and the purpose for which the prior permission shall require. Central government has authority by notification in the official gazette to specify the person, area and the purpose for which the prior permission shall require. Procedure for grant of registration: application will be filed to the central government in form FCRA, right? And after filing the application, central government may grant the certificate of registration within the 90 days from the date of application. In case central government does not accept the application and refuse to register, then it shall record the region, right? And it may not communicate the region to the person in case there is no obligation to communicate the region under the law, right? Certificate granted will be valid for the 5-year period, right? Section 13 provides that the certificate granted under this act may be suspended, right? And the ground of suspension may be while considering the cancellation, and it is necessary to suspend, right? While considering where there is consideration of cancellation, then central government finds it necessary to suspend in the meantime the registration, the central government may go by its order to suspend the certificates so granted under this act, right? Cancellation certificate granted under this act may be cancelled on the ground of giving the false statement and who has violated the terms, who has violated the provisions of this act and in public interest. On these grounds, cancellation of certificate can take place, right? Suspension: while there will be suspension of certificate, then effect will be person will not receive the foreign contribution and will also not utilize without the permission of the central government. And the cancellation cancellation will take place only after giving reasonable opportunity of being heard, right? There will be cooling period of 3 years. That means the person whom the certificate has been cancelled under this act will be able to apply for fresh application for fresh registration only after the period of 3 years from the date of cancellation, right? Only after the passing of 3 years period from the date of cancellation, he can apply for the registration under this act. Section 14A provides that if a person wishes to surrender his certificate, then he can also surrender. The central government shall make an inquiry in this behalf. Central government will make an inquiry in this behalf, and foreign contribution will remain with the bank unless the central government issues direction. That will be the scenario when there is a surrender of certificate by the person who wishes to surrender his certificate so granted under this act, right? Section 16 of the acts provide renewal application will be filed to the central government in form FC3C and within the 6 months before the expiry of the registration, right? And person has to file the renewal application in form FC3C within 6 months from the date of expiry of his registration, and renewed certificate will be given to the person by the central government within the period of 90 days from the date of application, right? Section 17 provides that the foreign contribution will be received only in an account designated as FCRA account. Foreign contribution shall be received in an account designated as FCRA account, and this account will be opened in a scheduled bank, right? No funds other than the foreign contribution shall be received in such account. Bank shall report to the central government within 48 hours of receipt and utilization of money in this account, right? Every person who receives shall submit online in form FC4 income and expenditure statement, balance sheet to the central government within 9 months from the closure of the financial year. It means the person who is in receipt of foreign contribution shall file income and expenditure statement and balance sheet to the central government within 9 months from the closure of the financial year. Closure of the financial year is on March 31st, and 9 month will be 9 month from there will be December 31st. Then that means every person who is receiving foreign contribution will have to file the financial statement, that is income and expenditure statement, and the balance sheet to the central government on or before the 31st December of every year for the preceding year. Audit of accounts. Audit of accounts under this act is mandatory. Otherwise, central government may order to conduct the audit as it may think fit. Section 28. Any article or currency seized under this act shall be liable to the confiscation. Any article or currency which has been seized by the authority under this act shall be liable to the confiscation to the central government. Section 31 provides any person aggrieved by the order of the any officer, then he may file appeal to the court of session within the local limits. जिस एरिया में हुआ है, वो जिस एरिया से बिलोंग कर सकता है, उस एरिया के कोर्ट में वो अपील फाइल कर सकता है. फर्दर ही मे ऑल्सो फाइल अपील in case he is not satisfied by the order of the court of session, then he may file appeal to the high court, to the court its subordinate. जैसे दिल्ली में हुआ तो दिल्ली हाई कोर्ट में, पटना अगर बिहार में हुआ है तो पटना हाई कोर्ट में, और अगर यूपी का केस है तो वो इलाहाबाद या प्रयागराज इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट में फाइल कर सकता है. लाइकवाइज हाई कोर्ट टू द कोर्ट इज सबऑर्डिनेट. अपील टू बी फाइल्ड विद इन 1 month, राइट, from the date of the order, and plus 1 month means in case the court is satisfied that there has been appellate court has is satisfied that there has been sufficient reason of not filing the appeal within 1 month of period so allowed, and then the appellate court may allow to file the appeal for a further period of 1 month, right, further period of 1 month, and may accept the application for a further period of 1 month. That is maximum 1 month of further period may be allowed to the person aggrieved. Section 32 provides central government on its own motion or on an application may call for and examine the record, may pass such order as it thinks fit. मतलब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अगर चाहे तो कोई जो ऑर्डर पीछे पास हुआ है तो उसको वो रिवाइज कर सकता है, या तो अपने आप, या अगर इसको सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को एप्लीकेशन दिया गया है तो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट अगर अपने आप करना चाहता है तो 1 साल के अंदर अपने किसी ऑर्डर को रिवाइज कर सकता है, 1 साल से ज़्यादा वाले को नहीं कर सकता है. और एप्लीकेशन भी फाइल किया जा सकता है अप टू 1 year, विद इन 1 year फ्रॉम द डेट ऑफ ऑर्डर. जब उस पर्सन को ऑर्डर मिला है जिसे वो रिवाइज करवाना चाहता है. रिवाइज कब करवाना चाहता है? जब वो कोर्ट में अपील नहीं करना चाहता है, तो वो सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट को अप्लाई कर सकता है ऑर्डर की रिवीजन के लिए विद इन द 1 year. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट, इफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट satisfied there has been sufficient reason of not filing the appeal within the 1 year period so allowed, then also may accept the application after 1 year period, right. सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट 1 साल के बाद भी वो एप्लीकेशन एक्सेप्ट कर सकता है अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट सेटिस्फाइड है इस बात से कि वो उसके पास सफिशिएंट रीजन था, एक्सीडेंट हो गया, कोई मेडिकल ग्राउंड था या और कोई ऐसा ग्राउंड था जिसके बेस पर वो फाइल नहीं कर सका 1 साल के अंदर, तो वो उसके बाद भी उस एप्लीकेशन को एक्सेप्ट कर सकता है, राइट. नाउ नेक्स्ट, नो राइट ऑफ अपील अगेंस्ट द डिक्लाइनिंग टू इंटरफेयर. अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इस अपील को एक्सेप्ट नहीं करता है या सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इसमें जो ऑर्डर पास करता है तो उसके खिलाफ कोई अपील फाइल नहीं होगा. कोई नो राइट ऑफ अपील अगेंस्ट द डिक्लाइनिंग टू इंटरफेयर. अगर सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इस सेक्शन में वो एप्लीकेशन एक्सेप्ट करता है तो भी, नहीं करता है तो भी, और कोई ऑर्डर रिवीजन ऑर्डर अगर पास करता है तो भी उसके अगेंस्ट कोई अपील नहीं किया जा सकता है. ऑफेंसेज एंड पेनल्टीज. सेक्शन 33 में अगर कोई फॉल्स इंटीमेशन देता है तो 6 महीने की सज़ा या फाइन या फिर दोनों हो सकता है. प्रोहिबिटरी, इसका मतलब अगर किसी को मना किया गया है कि वो फॉरेन कंट्रीब्यूशन रिसीव नहीं कर सकता है और वो फिर भी रिसीव कर रहा है और वो गिल्टी पाया जाता है तो उसे 3 साल की सज़ा या फाइन या दोनों. एक्सेप्ट असिस्ट और पॉलिटिकल पार्टी. अगर कोई पर्सन किसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी को फॉरेन कंट्रीब्यूशन रिसीव करने में उसकी असिस्ट करता है या उसके बिहाफ पर एक्सेप्ट करता है तो 5 साल की सज़ा, फाइन या दोनों हो सकता है। फेल्स टू कंप्लाई, अगर कोई पर्सन इस एक्ट के प्रोविजन को कंप्लाई नहीं करता है तो उसे 1 साल की सज़ा, फाइन या पेनल्टी या दोनों हो सकता है। दैट्स इट, थैंक यू।